Uh, uh, uh.
Phuca-Pod in your perfect girl. You see, you gonna tear it up.
Hand motions. Welcome into another episode of Phuca-Pod, a Phuca-Pod product. Find us all across the web at Phuca-Pod, Phucaname. I'm your host, Frosty Phoenix. Catch me across the web at Frosty Phoenix, FROSTYPHENIX. Video games, voice acting, content, all that good stuff on the interwebs. Here with the usual squad specs. Squad, introduce yourself and where people can find you on these interwebs.
What's goody, y'all? It's your boy Wavy God here. Of course, you already know the waviest blurred ever. Sneaker lover, anime watcher, the video game player. You know what I'm saying? And I need to do this more often. So you can find me on X, WAVII_GAWD, or
Not to
Instagram,
you, to the platform.
WAV. Sorry?
I said, the dumb down was like, not to you, the platform.
And then the Instagram on WAVIIGAWD_. You know what I'm saying? Of course, follow the squad at Phuca-Pod everywhere. You know what I'm saying? But of course, rate the podcast 5 stars. Of course, on Apple and Spotify podcasts. And of course, like all the videos, comment, share with your squad, and of course, subscribe to the channel on YouTube. You know what I'm saying? But we got some more. A lot been going on in the industry. You know, even the big heavy hitters aren't safe and everything like that, unfortunately. But you'll get into it. You know what I'm saying? Let's get it.
Thank you, Wavy. Without further ado, the term that's following us further into this year, these chip prices, though, this RAM shortage, though, this data's showing you that basically the overall tech industry is having a hard time, and it's affecting even gaming, it's affecting a lot of different things technology-wise, but we're talking about the gaming industry in addition to the fall of the gaming industry. Not the fall of it, but let me just say decline. That's decline. Yeah, no,
right.
Freudian slip there. Not the fall of it. The decline of what the surge may have been. And shout out to those who are still doing the work and working for the companies and doing yeoman's work. We appreciate you. But a lot of companies are making a decision based on their bottom line to cut ties in certain kind of ways. And the latest of the news that we're going to talk about today is the layoffs at Epic Games. As of March 24th, reported by Reuters, Epic would cut 1,000 jobs following a drop in FORTNITE engagement.
Not even the big dogs are safe, man. That's crazy. Oh my God. Who is safe if they're not even safe?
Nobody. CEO of the company, Tim Sweeney, said in a note to employees on Tuesday, the company expected to save $500 million by reducing contracting and marketing spending by eliminating some open roles. And from we know about FORTNITE and all the contracts that have it going on, just the way that money pours in with that title, because they even increased the V-Bucks amount more recently for the bang that you get for your buck. Like basically the base price that you would pay for V-Bucks for the amount of V-Bucks you get in return increased. So trying to make the money back.
I'm glad you said that because we definitely talked about that a couple episodes ago about the V-Bucks thing, and it's going up in price where you're getting less for your dollar. And we should have seen the writings on the wall right there. But I thought that was going to be it. Tim said no.
No. This move, according to Reuters, marks Epic's second major round of layoffs in 3 years. September 2023, the company cut about 830 jobs, roughly 16% of its workforce, to boost profitability. Again, the term that's returning back to us is for profits, for the bottom line, to keep the company afloat.
Even though they made $6 billion last year in 2025, a record-breaking profit, might I add. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, that's
so
$6 billion in profit last year, but then you still got to cut people this year because we know that prices do go up and stuff, and you're spending a little bit more than you want to, but there's other ways you can do that besides letting people go and putting people in the job market. And Tim doing it his comments on that was very crazy. But I'll let you continue that before I bring that up, because that was very tone deaf of him to say that.
Well, we'll continue in the idea that this is still spreading across different companies, right? Say, for instance, for this the follow up for Fortnite, right? Last month, Fortnite topped U.S. monthly active players count, the active player counts across PlayStation and Xbox. Yet the average play time fell sharply, according to Matt Piscatella, senior director at Circana, right? In September, Electronic Arts laid off hundreds of workers and canceled a Titanfall game that was in development, according to media reports. Amazon, broader job cuts late last year also affected its gaming division. So it makes me think definitely about the tweet that the X post that you're going to bring up, Wavy. But to get to that point, I'll let you read that. Just the way the gaming industry is rolling out, I would just say the term seems to be, although I wouldn't say the word is tone deaf, is very, what's the word we're looking for? Aspirational, or even trying to look on the bright side, if you will. But go ahead, Wavy, with what the Epic Games CEO said out on social media.
Yeah, and just to piggyback off what Frosty says, so yeah, a lot of companies are trying to do this. It's not just like gaming and stuff like that. It's been tech too. And then if you saw one of our episodes before, Desert Skies did say if you want to know the future of the video game industry, just follow what the tech industry is doing, because they're basically cousins. So whatever tech is going through, video games going to probably go through the same thing. You've been seeing a lot of layoffs in both places, but to get to this CEO and what he said, I think he tried to mean well, but what he said was just ridiculous. So in a response, he retweeted someone that says, "Sad news for Epic Games. Hope the efforts to turn things around can work." And then it looks like he kind of responded to the tweet saying, "In the coming days, employers will see a stream of resumes of once-in-a-lifetime quality folks. An important thing to understand is that Epic never lowered our hiring standards as we grew. And the layoff wasn't performance-based right-sizing as companies call it nowadays. It's a sound bet that anyone with Epic Games on their resume is the top few % of their discipline." So I get that he's trying to big up his people, like, "Oh, we didn't like our hiring standards never went down. They're still the highest. We have the best people and everything. So why'd you let them go?" Like, you putting them. Yeah, you're saying you're putting a stream of resumes out in the market that, yeah, hire these people, sure. Like, yeah, they'll have no problem finding a job. Does he not know how crazy the job market is right now? Everywhere. Like, oh my god, that
It's like
was very, very tone deaf for him, man. Like, it was terrible.
Yeah, I think you said it well, right? Like, just trying to be on the positive side of it, trying to like big up the former employees now, right? Just kind of like a signature to say, we had to let them go, but these are the top-notch people. You definitely want them on your team, right? A big signature of endorsement for a lot of the people that they may have let go. Sweeney also said, market conditions today are the most extreme since the early days of the company, which was founded in 1991. The layoffs aren't related to AI, noting the game industry fears that technology could replace developers. So that clears that up, that it's not an AI issue, but we're still talking about a financial issue based on the technology that's available to keep creating the hardware for games. Not that Fortnite, not that Epic Games has anything to do with that. They're the software company and playing the game. But we're talking about, as you mentioned, that Desert Sky said, if the technology is hitting the industry in a certain kind of way and it trickles down through trickle-down effect to the companies that provide games for the different hardware companies, different gaming consoles, things like that, it's inevitable, unfortunate choices that companies can make. That it could be better.
Definitely could be better. Like, this is just like, I just don't get it. Like, they're the top people in your company. You're saying, oh yeah, they're gonna find something that, yeah, these people are top. Like, you should go hire them. No, you should have kept them at your company and found another way to keep everybody there. You know what I'm saying? Like, because one of the people that they let go actually was one of the people that designed one of the mascots of Fortnite, the blonde haired dude, Josie, whatever his name is. Like, he designed, and even he's not safe. Like, that's the person who really made the design of your mascot, bro. Like, okay,
it's just business, right?
Dumb business.
And the question would be, and Epic Games, if you guys ever have a representative that's probably would either tweet or respond. There might be too many of us podcasters that might kind of be put you all iron to the fire, like what's going on up there, to respond to everyone. But for the idea to say that we definitely have tried to find ways to make this work and the bottom line just doesn't match up to try to keep people, it's still unfortunate. But we would try to think that maybe, at least from my side of the conversation, that maybe I'm going to speak for myself, that I hope that there were plenty of conversations that were trying to save people and that this was the only option. But I could also just be looking at it with rose-colored glasses.
I mean, that's
optimistic
true,
lens.
But yeah, that's true and everything, but I feel like they should, and maybe it's just a cultural thing, I don't know, but they should at least took a page out the book of an RP Satoru Iwata, the former president of Nintendo. Like, talked about it on here before as well, where he basically chopped his salary in half during that year of, like, when the Wii U kind of launched. I think 2014, when the Wii U launched, a couple years before that, and they saw that it was basically down in the hole. They're like, let me take some salary off of me so we can give to these workers. So, because I think he's basically saying that they have people that are like stressed about probably losing their job. They're not gonna be making the best product for you. I'm kind of reiterating, but that's pretty much what he said. So I think these people should have learned from that, but I don't think, maybe it's just a cultural thing. I don't know, because I don't know if they just don't want to give up that salary they have, which is probably a massive salary, so they could do it. But yeah, I don't know what's going on with that. Like, but RIP Iwata, because that was the last person to do that, and Nintendo's still thriving. So
Yeah, they're in the hot seat too for various reasons. But for you and Noob, I know that.
Yeah.
But now we could also talk about saviors here, and we're talking about business crossing over again, including Epic for Disney. Yes, over the horizon reportedly is keen on buying Epic Games, but is waiting for the right moment, according to IGN and Tom Phillips. Right?
But what would be that right moment for them?
Well, heavily invested. The company's already heavily invested in Fortnite. They have dozens of character skins in the game, so Marvel was all up and through that for a long time. And where Marvel stands with the whole Disney, in the Disney hierarchy of importance. Let's see here. I know for a fact there are senior executives in Disney who want them to buy Epic and are just waiting for that moment. Said, let me see, Alex Heat, via the Town podcast. So, or Heath, excuse me. Pardon my saying your name incorrectly. Is it up and coming Disney mode for the game? Let me see.
Disney mode.
So I don't know. I mean, what would that look like? It would just kind of be like the right moment is, you guess you could say it's unknown to us publicly, but it could be speculated. I don't even think I could have a speculation for like what that right moment would even look like, to be honest with you. So
yeah, and I think even right now, remember that Epic, I'm pretty sure the company they're like 40% owned by Tencent. So there's probably gonna be something in the background right now, like with Tencent and Disney. Maybe Tencent gotta be in that big three conversation. I don't know, man. I'm not sure anymore. Maybe we gotta swap them out for somebody. I'm not sure. 'Cause Tencent has a lot of money. They did like the little bailout with Ubisoft. They're having 40% ownership in Epic Games. Like they're doing a lot of stuff, and of course they were in that little thing with PlayStation with the what's that knockoff Horizon game that didn't see the light of day because of knockoff of Horizon.
Yes,
but
yes.
I mean, it was like I think it had to be something in it'd be in the background of the Tencent and Disney at this point. And if y'all watching this video, if y'all listen to right now, I have a pink silky on. Imagine this tinfoil. I'm putting my tinfoil silky hat on right now. So I'm thinking that maybe things are already happening in the background. And you know when most companies do like a merger and stuff like that, layoffs are the first thing to happen.
Right.
Maybe it could have been like they're getting ready for that right now. I mean, other than like the cost of the game and like keeping it up and it's going up, whatever, they could have found ways to like not fire all these people. But maybe something's going on in the background right now and they're like trying to get ahead of that so that when the merger happens, it's a lot smoother. That's my tinfoil silky moment right now. But
okay.
Y'all let us know in the comments, stuff like that, if y'all think that's what's happening or it could happen in the future.
What could happen in the future? There are plenty of people that are going to be in the comment section right now. A lot of reports, a couple reports right now, especially when we're talking about this whole situation. I'll further expound on what Heath was saying. There are others who think it's a bad idea for Disney to pick up Epic. If Epic ever sold, if it ever decided to call it quits on being an independent company, Disney would be the most natural home for it for a lot of reasons. And I mentioned earlier talking about the concept of an up-and-coming Disney mode. And then the idea of it would just become a Disney gaming platform despite 2 years of development work. However, there's still no suggestion of when that game mode will finally arrive. Epic is a founder-controlled company. Tim Sweeney has full voting stock control and can make unilateral decisions, and it's really up to him. As we saw, he was the guy who went to bat against the app stores, against Apple and Google, to open those up, and it's almost an ideological crusade when you're running a company like Epic to do something like that. And he even acknowledges it in the layoff email that it costs Epic.
I bet it does. Because I'm not even sure if there is Fortnite on iOS right now.
I will be able to answer you in literally 2.5 seconds.
To search engines.
Yeah, Fortnite's on here.
It is?
Fortnite is on Apple. Yep.
Okay. Okay, so they probably don't have like the 30%. They probably don't got to be the 30% or whatever. I think that's what they went to court for. I'm not sure if that was repercussions to that.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Maybe Apple doesn't push like the app like that. I don't know. I don't know if it's like a 360 deal in the music industry. I don't know. Like, like if you don't sign this 360 deal, then we're not gonna market you like that. You know what I'm saying?
Well, keep going on that. I'm trying to think of like, let's just say on a general note, Fortnite declined for reasons. Let's see, player count decline. Let's use the technology the way that it's supposed to be used. Experiencing the decline in player engagement and active users for the 25-26 season, with reports of a 28% drop in annual peak monthly active users. Key factors include declining interest in the battle royale genre, competition from games like Roblox, and player fatigue.
Hey, and that could be a bigger conversation right there. That's a bigger conversation right there because people, like you said, the numbers are going down right now. You know what I'm saying? The numbers are going down. And when you look at companies right now, we talk about this many, many times. What is the main thing that companies are trying to do to get a revenue of a nice sort of their own revenue? Make a battle royale or live service game. Where they learn this from? Fortnite. Because Fortnite took over the scene in 2017, 2018 and just went crazy. And they're saying, we need something like that for us. And now the player base is starting to get a little, like you said, getting a little fatigue on the model. So what's going to happen to every other thing, every other game that's like this now? Will it be the same fate as Fortnite? Will it be worse? Because like I said in the beginning of the episode, the beginning of the conversation, if Fortnite can't make it and they're pulling $6 billion in 1 year, who else is safe? Is it time to start creating, something else and being more creative?
Do something else. Do something else. Shout out to T-Pain. Holy shit. Do something else. I know he was talking about music, but it's parallel, right? Because people were the conversation. No, we don't touch on with music. We don't talk about that a lot. We have different tastes in music across the team, but it's still the same thing. Like for a while, people were making the same kind of music, and probably were sending it to plenty of artists, including T-Pain, to say, "Listen to my music." It was probably roughly the same as everybody else's, right? So like, people are like, "Oh, look at our game. We like Fortnite. Do something else." Do something else. Holy shit. Like, you know what I mean?
I mean, it's definitely parallel and stuff like that. Like, I think the music industry, I'm not going to say the music industry and the video game industry are the same, but like you said, that is parallel where like people were at one time, even now, somewhat mainstream wise. A lot of the same music is being put out there and stuff. You know what I'm saying? And gaming industry is not too far behind that. I mean, there's definitely a lot of other pockets that are in the mainstream and everything, but those two are very intertwined. And like I say many times in the podcast before, I think that rap and video games are more alike than people want to say. That's my opinion. You know what I'm saying? Both started around the same time in like the early 70s for the most part. About having fun and everything, and all these deals coming out. Like you said, I think last episode that like with Elvis, shout out to homie LVG. You said that that there's a lot of things behind the scenes that we're not getting collaborations because we didn't have the right talks, or we didn't get the right like name on the dotted line and stuff like that, and everything. So, I mean. That's how I think. And that T-Pain, me, shout out T-Pain. Yo, come on the podcast one time, man. I know you want to give me stuff like that. Yo, come on the podcast one time. But yeah, like that meme is definitely hits this certain conversation like super well. I didn't even think about that.
That joint lives rent free in the back of my head. Do something else. Do something else, please. You know what I'm saying?
He might. If the keep on falling like this, they may have to.
Yeah, it will. Not might, nothing.
See, I was giving him a chance.
No, you will have to do something else. Like the Fortnite is seeing declines. Do something else. You know what I'm saying? It's nothing stays at the top forever. Nothing stays at the top forever. Yeah. Speaking of which, although it's not necessarily tied here, but I think with the split of continuing the conversation on how technology is declining due to RAM shortage and just how gaming is being affected right now, we have all heard the news, of course. Sony announced its second global price increase for PlayStation 5, effective April 2nd of this year. Due to ongoing economic pressures and component costs. Standard PS5 with a disc drive rose $100 to $600 base price. Market standard MSRP. I think that's this one. Yeah, MSRP. $649.99. Right, give or take. PS5 Pro increased $150 to $899.99. $900. Okay.
I'm not spending $1,000 on a PS5 Pro. That's crazy. Sony must be out their mind right now. Like they crazy right now, man.
I don't think they want to do this. You know what I'm saying?
They don't want to do it. I don't think they want to do it. I don't think Xbox wanted to do it, and I don't think Nintendo wants to do it in the future because there's rumors that they're going to do it as well. But
Lord,
man, people want to say leave politics and gaming separate. That ain't gonna happen because it's affecting us now. It's affecting every console right now. So I'm like, They don't want to put
it's the politics of the business. The politics of the business with the
crazy.
It's like with that, the tariffs thing, and overall world. We're talking about the race to improve on AI. We're talking about the data centers and all that kind of stuff. So there's a couple things in tandem here. It's not just the politics aspect. Politics is definitely a part of the situation, but I think it's more so the resources for the newer age. And we're still talking about AI as of this episode of the podcast anyway. I know we have our speculations that eventually people will realize the value of AI and return to having more hands-on man and woman work for workers, and that AI is a tool, it's not a replacement. And it's been proven over and over as more people are talking about AI as we move along.
Yup. AI is a tool. You cannot replace your workers with AI. And the tech industry is definitely learning that right now, because they had a lot of layoffs the past couple of years because of AI. But I'm seeing and I'm hearing and I'm reading a lot of stuff saying that some companies are starting to regret that, because while AI is useful and it can get the job done, but it can't do it efficiently. You know what I'm saying? So it's going to get you the right code or the right things you have to do, but it's going to just basically throw you. It's going to get the job done. Like, it's like the ingredients. It'll get it done. Like, you do what you want, but it may not add like the salt and the pepper and the seasoning and stuff like that to make it run efficiently and they make it taste good. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not doing that. You have to have someone to literally walk the AI through it. Say like, hey, do this, do that, do this. You can't tell AI do that and do something, because if you do that, then it's going to just spit something out and it's not going to have the most efficient way. It's going to make tasks move a lot slower. So companies are starting to see that, and it's like, hey, let's get some more people in here that actually understand it and can help the AI do its job. Or like people do their job and have AI assist. You know what I'm saying? It's not, like you said, it's not a replacement. It's just a assistant. That's how it should be. So, but that bubble might burst in a little bit anyway. I don't know. We'll see.
Did you know? I don't think we said it earlier. Epic Games also cited sluggish console sales among the reasons for the cut of 1,000 jobs that was announced. So, because of the sluggish sales of consoles on for PlayStation.
But how is that when most of their player base is on console? Like, you said earlier that they lead the I got not the sales but the player counts in PlayStation and Xbox, right? That's what you said before.
Yeah.
I don't understand that then either. Like, which says something in itself. Like, you know, we said that before, that like people only played games from 5 years ago, and the numbers are right there to tell you.
It's catching up, right? It's catching up with them. People are burnt out. Sony last raised the prices by around $50 in August last year, right? Microsoft also raised the price of its console, of its Xbox console last year as well. So
2 times or 3 times the Xbox did it? I think it was twice.
I think it was twice.
Yeah, I think it was twice.
And then for PlayStation,
I think so.
And PlayStation, this is twice right now in the conversation. Mm-hmm. Now, the interesting thing is that GameStop tried to be that savior to the rescue, right? It tried to make it sound a little hot.
First time you put that in the sentence.
Right. You know what I'm saying? GameStop saviors on the way. They said, in response to the hike, they offered boosted trade-in credits for hardware to offset costs, make it easier for you to buy the consoles from them. For any hardware, anything that you wanted to trade in for this. So, and then they believe they posted it on their social media too. They were like, GameStop said, "We have you, citizens. Trade in your older stuff, and we'll get you more to accommodate for the increased costs of your consoles." Okay, GameStop.
But the catch is, you have to be a Power Up reward member. I think that's what it is.
And it only lasted, as this episode recording, or the release of this episode, small print reads, offer valid through April 4th. Pro membership required.
Oh, so y'all got till Saturday. Okay, so we're recording this episode on April 3rd right now. So y'all got till Saturday, April 4th to get y'all work. GameStop about to have a line of people.
This episode is probably released after the 4th, because by the way time goes and the way people listen to things and consume, we already passed the point, unfortunately. But they tried.
It's gonna look like a midnight release in every GameStop.
You know what I'm saying? Oh man.
But yo,
all hardware
wasn't on the show notes either, though. There wasn't show notes on it either, but I do see that apparently Disney's 20th Century Games has an unannounced project slated for 2026. That's okay. So you talking about Disney and stuff like that. So I was like, huh.
No, yeah, no. So they're. It sounds like they're trying to build in the background, off the radar, trying to make some things happen. As usual,
trying to,
you know what I'm saying?
Because their track record with games is not the best. So
no, I think what's the game? The Disney game, Dream. What's the game called?
Oh,
Dreamlight
joint.
Yeah.
Disney's Animal Crossing.
Dream Valley, I think it's like, let me see, Dreamlight Valley. Dreamlight Valley.
There you go. All right.
You know, what's the player count for that?
That's probably how it should be said.
Dreamlight Valley. What's the player count for that right now? Let's just look that up really quickly. Let's just look in on Steam, which is the measure for everything.
That's what
okay. 90%, 90.21% positive reviews. People thinking it positively. All-time peak 3.6 years ago was 14,000 players.
Okay.
24-hour peak players was 4,490. And currently are 2,401 players playing right now. This is Steam numbers.
Yeah, so that's just Steam. That's not unlike console and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? But I feel like those numbers don't say it all. I think people like, even people that homies that I know don't play games, they'll say something about Dreamlight Valley to me and stuff like. I play Dreamlight Valley though. You know what I'm saying? Or even in the pandemic, I play Animal Crossing. You know?
Yeah, right.
So because the cozy gamer, that definitely rose in the ranks a lot. I think, was it 2020 in the pandemic when it started to happen? I'm not sure if it was that year specifically, but yeah, that year, like that cozy gamer title started getting a lot of more steam to it. You know?
Yep.
Not my style, but shout out to y'all.
Yeah, not our thing, but I support that. I support the idea of being able to be creative. My wife is a cozy gamer. So shout out to y'all. Dreamlight Valley maintains a steady player base, daily peak concurrent users on Steam, like we said, between 5,000 to 11,000 players, roughly 2,000, 4,000 average concurrent players in early 2006. The game surpassed 2 million total players across all platforms, Xbox, Game Pass, Switch, and PlayStation, within just a few months of its early release. Oh, so I mean, basically the number I read earlier. So
yeah,
it has its fan base, right? So that's their title, and then like
everybody has a fan base. Everybody got a fan base.
And then we mentioned
got a fan base.
Their investment in FORTNITE too. So they're trying some things, you know what I'm saying? Trying some things.
If that merger ever happened, you'll definitely see some Fortnite characters in Dreamlight Valley and vice versa. Oh yeah, it will definitely happen.
Oh man. Not that let me not knock Fortnite all the time, but when I see Fortnite like in other things, like the cross for lack of better words, cross-contamination, cross-promotion.
That's for the money
of
side.
certain things. You know, like say when we talk music again, the features are like, you know, saying when you have a song, we have an album. Oh, well, I'm featuring this artist, and this artist.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna cop that joint. Versus like some people would do a solo album, and probably you'll see depending on the artist, you know, you'll see the right numbers. But if you have features, big name features,
one, it will get you more sales. Two, will get you into that features fan base, which will equivalent to it'll equivalent to more sales. And I think gaming is the same way. Like those collaborations, all the Fortnite collaborations and stuff like that. Yeah. Like they got people that weren't probably interested in Fortnite. Probably they were like, "Oh, this person's gonna be in the game. I want to play it now." So,
the concerts.
Oh, those did big numbers. Oh yeah. I think they were during COVID, right? I think the Travis Scott and Ariana Grande one. The Travis Scott one, I know that for a fact. I think that was during COVID.
When was even more recently? I'm trying to look up. I'm not trying to think. The Billie Eilish concert that was on.
Yeah, the Billie Eilish concert.
Fortnite. Too? Mm-hmm.
What?
Mm-hmm. So we're looking at 2024. Yes, featured as an artist for Fortnite Festival Season 3, launched April 2024. Brought her music, playable Green Roots skin, and themed instruments on rhythm-based game mode. Players could unlock her exclusive skin and cosmetics through the Season 3 Premium Reward track. Yeah.
Wow.
So, that happened. Even just a couple years ago.
Now her fans are going to go to Fortnite like, oh, she's going to be in Fortnite? Let me try that out.
Yeah. So, I'm sure they did.
Working, man.
You know what I mean? That was 2 years ago. So, I don't know if they've had a more recent concert since then. If they've had any recent. If anything, the other skins I saw that people were really hyped about were the characters from Game of Thrones. Like Jon Snow. Yeah, they're in there now.
So now they got WWB collab. Okay.
Fortnite Festival recent shows 2024 to 2026. It featured Billie Eilish, Lady Gaga, and Metallica. So Billie Eilish was 2024. I'm pretty sure Gaga was 25, and then Metallica I think might have been this year or anything like that. Coming around right now. Let's see what the 2026 calendar looks like for concerts for Fortnite.
Probably nothing. They trying to save money apparently.
Also, as of March, there was a Hello Fortnite virtual VTuber concert featuring Kizuna AI. Feature her track AI and new music accessible via the map code. So they did have something more recent. Everything like that. Shout out to my cat. Yeah, you know better.
All the homies here?
Yeah, he made an appearance real quick. But so let's see. Tying back to the GameStop thing, it was funny. The Pro membership costs $25 a year. Again, by this recording, $25.
Yeah, the Game Informer magazine. So, I think
you said what?
Every month. I think you get the Game Informer magazine every month. So,
but in tying, even though the sale it was gone already at this point of this recording, it would have been like $25 a month, and you would have had to trade in whatever technology you had to find to decrease how much money you would have wanted to buy a PS5 if that's what you want to do right now. And that price alone is probably steering people away. You have to really already want a PS5 but don't have one to want to have that pay off for GameStop and trade in things to acquire a PS5 right now. Just the truth right now, y'all. It's the truth, Sony. Sorry. It's like, it's shots. It's not. It's truth.
Yeah, it's like the first generation where, like, past the mid-generation, we're getting higher prices on consoles that are already not old, but they're like, the technology in it is like from the past. It's 5 years ago. It's 5 years old. And the price is going up. Oh, because of these politics and RAM shortage and stuff like that. It's just a whole lot of hoopla. So,
hoopla! We gotta get that button in here too. Hoopla! But hey, enough talking about PlayStation and beating the situation while it's down. Let's talk about a couple other things. Possibilities on the Nintendo side. Ocarina of Time remake. Well, right. That was the very, very important point to point out there. I'm talking about it. It's like, oh yeah, Wavy's like, relax. RUMOR with a capital RORUMOR. You know, possibility. We're in the 40th anniversary year of Legend of Zelda, right? We're still waiting on the Twilight Princess port for the Switch 2 emulator as of this recording. Ocarina of Time. Wind Waker is on the emulator for the Switch 2 already. And you can also play older Legend of Zelda titles in the Game Boy emulator. So they're available. And, of course, Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom are still full price!
Full price.
On the Switch store.
That is, at least on the eShop. Nintendo eShop, full price. And they're never going to be correct. Ever.
To be correct.
They are never going on sale. They are never going on sale. Yeah, if they ever go on sale, Nintendo's in the hole, and they trying to get out. They trying to get some debt out of something. There's no way they're ever going on sale. If you already went through an episode, if y'all can find it in the archive, y'all can find it. If you already went through an episode that like Nintendo's they're the only development studio that says we're not putting sales on our first party. Y'all crazy?
Never. So, I mean, not really much to touch on that. I mean, it's a hopeful thing. I think that's the only way I would get my wife to be able to play Ocarina of Time, and that's if it was remade to more updated graphics, because she has quoted and said that even the emulated version of Ocarina of Time that you can play on Switch 2 is ugly because of Nintendo 64. I think even improved graphics a little bit, but not really. So,
yeah,
there we go.
That's all we had. There go the homie.
Yeah. That's all we had at the time, so you got to appreciate it for what it is.
You know what I'm saying? But I mean, like, shout out to Ocarina of Time remake. I know that's on a lot of people's, like, you know, top games ever. So hopefully that will entice people to play the game and buy it and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? And the homie thinks so too. So
definitely.
Yeah. Shout out to Ocarina of Time though. You know what I'm saying? I mean, Nintendo low-key owes us, because they owe their fans low-key, because like even on 35th anniversary, they ain't announced nothing for Legend of Zelda. Maybe they were like maybe they were saving it for the 40th. I don't know. They're trying to do something big. But again, these are all rumors. We don't know if it's actually coming out or not. But if it is, you won't know if y'all gonna end up trying to pick it up though. Will you try to pick it up, Frosty, if you would?
I would. Yeah, totally. Depending on how it looked. But I think because the original version is emulated too, so I'm like, it depends on what the improvements are.
Yeah.
I say yeah, but I say that.
I would assume they're gonna add some new stuff in there, or like maybe one or two new things, maybe.
Man, like, yeah, what would that even look like? What would it possibly be, right? I would rather them work on the Twilight Princess port, honestly. That's just me though.
Twilight Princess. Okay, I know it's a lot of other people's like favorite. I know you and Cornered Fox definitely talked about that one a lot. Twilight Princess and everything.
Yep. Yep.
It still hurt my heart like that. When they announced like the Wind Waker, it was coming to the emulator. I was like, damn, so they're never gonna release it now. That's not. Because the Wind Waker is like basically it's on like the GameCube emulator on Switch 2, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So they're never coming out with that now.
Coming out with what? That John looks beautiful. That needs no improvement. No, absolutely not.
Absolutely I'm saying not. They could have at least like they could have like, you know, at least like, you know, made it an actual game and not just like behind the GameCube emulator. You know what I'm saying? That's like that's low key to me. I was like low key when that's to me like that's like when Nintendo had the history of doing this in Smash too. So if for Smash characters, if you see like if the character's a trophy, that means they're not coming to the game ever. So like when Shadow was a trophy, people got tight because it's like, oh, he's never come to the game now. Like, yeah, so stuff like that, you know. So
I mean, I get where you're coming from. I'm fine with it though, personally.
Yeah, no, I get that. Whenever I get a Switch 2, I'll definitely get that.
It's a must-have.
Yeah. I think Loki is getting time for me to like try to get that console now. Like it's kind of like when the first Switch came out, I waited like 6 months because that's when all the games were coming out. When that E3 announcement and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. It took a little more time now, but it might be time for me to try to get that Switch 2 console whenever. You know what I'm saying? Because
about that time.
Yeah, a couple of joints I want to play there now. So.
Mm-hmm. And then, of course, the other thing, I don't know if this is a selling point for you, but the possibility of the rumored new Star Fox game that will be coming out this year, as opposed in addition to the characters' introduction in the Super Mario Galaxy movie that Wavy will touch on a little later. What that game could look like.
I will. Yeah, it's supposed to be like a classic style Star Fox game apparently, and it's supposed to be. The rumor is it's supposed to be getting announced and it's going to be coming out this summer, which is pretty soon actually. Which I don't know if that's the reason that they put that Fox is going to be in the next Mario movie. Maybe they're trying to like hype it up, hype him up as a character, and be like, oh, now you seen him in the movie, play the game now. And that's great marketing right there for Nintendo if they did that.
Visibility, especially for people that have never met and have never seen him. Hard press on why you would have never seen him though. But so let's see what it looks like, because I was even playing Star Fox 64 emulated game, and I beat that. I beat the Star Fox game, and like I had never done that before. As an adult, as a kid, I never did, but as an adult, I beat it. I did a run. Like Star Fox 64 definitely operated in a way that like I realized it. I knew it then, but I didn't realize it until when I was grown, that they have like 3 paths you can take. Like there are like several paths you could take. Like you start off on the one planet, and if you do certain kind of things, then it takes you like through the asteroid belt. Then the path breaks off in like 3 different directions. And depending on what you do in different levels, it takes you different places. So you could play Star Fox in various ways. You know what I mean?
Oh wow, I didn't know that. Okay. Interesting.
Yeah.
Interesting. Okay.
So like, what would that new version look like? And of course we had the Star Fox Adventures game that came out. I think it's been a decade now.
Nah, that's more than a decade.
Star Fox Adventures?
That came out 2002.
Oh!
I think. Yeah, I came out like 24 years ago. Oh my god. Oh my god.
Wait a minute.
That came out a minute ago, man. Because I was like I think that was in a selling. I was in the
2002.
Yeah.
Bro.
I remember that. I remember getting that game, but I don't remember ever finishing it, which I do regret never finishing that game.
I did. Yeah, I finished it. And then when did Assault come out? Because Assault was like supposed to be like the revisit back to the kind of genre that was the classic game.
Assault came out in 2005.
Yeah, I see it. Mm-hmm.
And then the recent one, which was Star Fox Zero, which was the Wii U exclusive that had a lot of mixed reviews, which I didn't know that Platinum Games did that one with Nintendo. I didn't know that. Huh.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I remember mixed reviews to me says and shout out to our homie LVG and LVG saying you should try a game no matter what the scores say, but mixed reviews tells me save your money or get it on sale. But give it a try.
Yeah,
if you have time.
Yeah, that's basically what
it tells me.
For the most part.
That's what it tells me. So yeah, this would be big, especially for the Fox franchise, for Nintendo.
Most definitely.
And then the possible 3D Mario game that we possibly released between this year and next year. It's been 9 years since Odyssey. It's marking the longest gap in the series history for between singular Mario title games. Singular Mario title games. 3D Mario games.
Yeah, that is true. I think that is true. I don't think I've ever been this long before. Like, yeah, because even like when I think about it, Odyssey really came out in 2017. Like, that's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Oh man, God. I'm surprised it took them this long, honestly. But maybe they probably have something really up their sleeve. They're trying to like really get into the development and make something like super new and stuff and innovate, which is a good thing because, you know.
I think so. I think it's that. I think it's like, we're not going to put out. Well, the joke is that they, like, say, with not to jab at anything again, but like the Pokemon franchise, they keep putting out games after games after games. And it's like they put out, hot garbage and people still buy it because of the certain name of it or whatever. But Mario games, between that and like we're talking about like probably the party games, Mario Kart, Mario Party, Mario Sonic Olympic games or whatever. When was the last one for that? Mario Sonic Olympics. Sonic Olympics.
I'm not even sure.
Olympic games. It's a collection at this point, right? So 2007 crossover sports game, and when was the most recent entry in this?
I think it was 16 with the Rio Olympics.
Let's see. Now it's the latest entry. So we're like 2024. Oh. Olympic Games. It's not seeing a year right off right now. Let's see. Release here. So he said 2000. So he's at 2007. So yeah, like. Let's see. Mario and Sonic at the Olympics, Tokyo 2020 was released on Nintendo Switch 2019.
Yep. So, yeah, I thought it was 2016, but it was 2019. Okay.
So now that'll have been roughly 6-7 years.
Yeah.
There were a lot of Mario products, but again, for the rumor for whatever the singular Mario game could be, we'll see.
Yeah, and shout out to Nathan Hake because he was the one that basically flooding the market with all these rumors and stuff on his last podcast, and he's putting a lot of stuff out there about Ocarina of Time, rumor, Star Fox, which I believe more of that now, especially with the whole Mario Galaxy movie. That definitely makes a lot more sense now. Of course, with 3D Mario, which like I think that's definitely gonna be a console seller whenever it comes out. Mostly me because I will be getting it when the Mario game comes out.
It's a seller. Who's the buyer? Me. And me. And me again.
And me one more time. And they said something about like in there. It said something about like a Switch sports game coming to Switch 2, which I remember you saying something about it'd be like some kind of football kind of title. Yeah. Is that what you were saying?
It's like eFootball, so basically a FIFA competitor. eFootball online.
That should be interesting. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, and I heard that Star Fox game may have online multiplayer, online mode too. You have online mode.
That'd be nice. Yeah, that'd be nice. That'd be nice. That would definitely be like you could join 1 up to 4 players because you always had like at least 3 or 4 of the squad members. That's already built in concepts for a multiplayer there. Like 4 players you can play as one other character, Fox, Slippy, Falco, or Pepper. You know what I'm saying? Like Peppy, yeah. Like you know what I'm saying. So And it's crazy that has a storyline too. Like how Fox's storyline, like the Fox drawn, like the Fox drawn left the team, and then like Fox and the John, they had a baby or they had a child, and like the child is now like the new Fox McCloud. He has his own little team, and Falco's out of retirement, joined his team. It's just like, but the multiplayer aspects of it are there because you got 4 characters that you could already be. It's like Fox, Peppy, or Falco, or Slippy.
Basically, so
you know what I'm saying. So
that could definitely work though. I could see it. Like it'd be like a little co-op thing or whatever, or like you just do missions or something like that. With the homies online, that'd be cool. You know, I don't think no one wants to be Slippy.
No one wants to be Slippy, bro.
People gonna rock paper scissors for that one.
Yeah, yo, here you Slippy.
And I'm not being. I know.
That say a lot about what people say about you on the team. Yo, you Slippy. It's like not even Peppy though, but it's like Peppy or Slippy. Like you know. But
Slippy's a new slur. Like you call me Slippy. You just call me. You just call me.
Yo, Slippy.
Slippy, you want to fight?
You know what I'm saying? They didn't even mention Slippy in the future. Anyway, bro, look, in the storyline for Fox, man. Anyway, shout out to Nintendo for 40th anniversary for Legend of Zelda, and then Fox being in a movie that we'll mention in a second, and overall, Nintendo just keeping a steady pace, as I always say. Everybody's trying to jog and do mile a minute and whatever. Nintendo is just brisk.
They're just walking. They're just walking like, hey guys, how you doing?
Maybe even the speed walking joint with your hips joint, like kind of like that. Like, you know what I mean? Everything comes with Nintendo in their own time. People will buy it because they have a very loyal fan base.
Very, very loyal. Very loyal.
Yeah.
You can't get nothing nowhere else. Allegedly.
But speaking of Star Fox, we're getting ready to close the episode, and Wavy was able to see the newest installment to Illumination's Mario series, Super Mario Galaxy movies, star-studded cast. We're over here talking about Chris Pratt, Donald Glover, Jack Black, a whole 9 of the cast. You know, big names on the cast list. Wavy, what was up with the movie, man?
Like I said, before we started recording and stuff like that, I think the movie was good. I thought it was good. I liked the first one better. I like the story of the first one better and stuff like that. But the second one was still good. I would still recommend you go and seeing it. This is the first time I actually agree with like some of the reviews that have been coming out recently that like it's good, but nothing like spectacular. But it's still a good movie, like I said. Like there's still a lot of good references and Easter eggs in there, a whole lot of Easter eggs in there actually. They're just throwing them at you and stuff like that. And you'll catch them. When you catch them, you'll catch them. I still think they should have kept the Star Fox a secret. I think they should have kept it a secret and like waited people in the theater like, oh snap, you know what I'm saying? But with the rumor of them doing a Star Fox and like it coming out so soon in the summertime, I can see why they did that. You know what I'm saying? Because like they want to get that hype ready. Oh, you saw him in the movie. You ever played the game? Here it is. You know what I'm saying? And it'll sell switch two units. But it's been like slowing up a little bit anyway. But you know, that's neither here nor there. But I thought the movie was good. Out of 10, I gave it like a nice 7. Out of 5, I gave it like a nice little 3. Like, there's nothing wrong with that. I think it was a good movie and stuff. Y'all go see that. I wouldn't rush to go see it, but if y'all got some time this weekend with the kids, if you got any kids, if you just want to go see it and everything, you got your spouse or whatever, and they want to go see it with you, go watch it. It's not necessary, but you could. I would still go see it and have a good time. I know when I saw it yesterday, I definitely saw a couple people in theaters with like, you know, the Mushroom Kingdom, like the Mario hat and the Yoshi hat and stuff like that. I definitely saw that when I was in my area, you know. And shout out to Donald Glover, man. Donald Glover is a man of many trades, yo. Like, oh man, like he was good in the movie, man. He's just he definitely took on the role of Yoshi. I'll say that. Like he's good. Like he's like people compare him to Jamie Foxx a lot because they do like everything.
Yeah,
and I can definitely agree with that.
I have a question. I haven't seen the movie yet. I'm not sure when I will. And then shout out for people, might get a little spoilery. My one question for people that have seen it can answer, and people that haven't: Does Yoshi talk? Like talk? Like they have Donald in
the
there.
only spoiler I have. No.
Interesting. So
Don't talk. He's just like the Yoshi. That's it. You know. That's what he about it. Like you don't. It's not like with Mario where that he actually says words now. Like Yoshi don't do that. You know.
But it's Donald Glover saying it basically.
I would think so, yeah. Which that's what like really made me like respect him a lot. I'm like I thought he was gonna talk like how Mario did, but nah, he's just like saying those lines. I'm like, oh wow, Donald was really good at that. Okay, that's cool.
Okay, I mean that's true fandom, right? Because everybody does that, right? Okay, because when you think that they're going to cast someone, it's not just a sound maker. It's not just like because you would think you want to leave that like not alone. You know what I mean? Because if it was just like somebody like, oh, just play some sounds pick a game, any game, and just play some Yoshi sounds. But like casting Yoshi to just make sounds of a Yoshi is just like interesting.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
It's an interesting choice. Donald Glover is always a good choice, but it's an interesting choice of casting someone to just make Yoshi sounds. Okay.
Yeah. But if they could do it, and then Donald, like you said, Donald Glover was like one of the best people to know. Like he is a master of all trades, just like Jamie Foxx was, very talented. So if anyone could do it, he could do it. You know? So I mean, yeah, shout out to the Mario movie. Like I said, I'll go see it if you have the time. Go see it. You don't gotta rush to the theater to go see it. But if you're definitely a big fan of Nintendo and stuff, like all their games, like I am, you'll get all the references, all these series being thrown at you and stuff. So it's definitely good for that part. And the story is good too.
Okay. You heard from Wave God, y'all. If you do find time, go see it. But overall, it's a good insertion into what Illumination has going on for the Mario series.
And stay after the movie.
After credits.
Do not leave early.
We always love to hear that.
Just stay after the movie.
Okay. Stay after the main credits, y'all. Stay after the main credits.
There you go.
Okay. With that being said, that's a wrap, squad. Be sure to check us out all across the web at Phucaname, Phucaname. Search us anywhere on the web. We have all our previous episodes and our website and then all of our social media content. Keep it here for you guys and our recent content, especially on YouTube. Shout out to Wavy God with that kind of stuff. Shout out to our lively brother, man behind the scenes as well. Us doing our things out here. I'm your host, Frosty Phoenix. Catch me across the web at Frosty Phoenix, FROSTYPHENIX. Voice acting, video games, all that good stuff. Squad, close out with your socials.
Was goody, y'all. Thank y'all for listening to another episode of Phuca-Pod. The voice y'all hearing right now, of course, is Wavy God. Of course, sneaker lover, anime watcher, video game player, the waviest blurred ever. You feel me? Like I said before, thank y'all for joining another episode. We appreciate y'all with hitting our discussion points on all our social medias, and y'all keep liking and discussing and commenting on all those posts and everything, and keep doing the same on our YouTube videos. Subscribe to the YouTube channel as well, so we can grow this community, man, grow this squad. You know what I'm saying? And of course, you can follow me over at WAVII_JWD on X and WAVII_GAWD on Instagram. And of course, follow the squad Phucaname, and of course, rate the podcast 5 stars on Apple and Spotify podcasts. Of course, after you do that, just watch the video and like the video over on YouTube. You know what I'm saying? Like I said before. You know what I mean? Wavy God is out.
With that being said, where is it? That's trash, y'all. I swear. again.
Squad!
There we go. Thank you, Desert. Peace.
Peace.